Yo, what is up, guys? It's your boy back at it again. Today I'm playing a new deck. It is Hog Earthquake with the Giant Skeleton. I'm not using the Queen because it's level 13 and I'm using Musketeer instead. I do like Goblins in this deck over Skeletons because they do better DPS. And I tried this with Skeletons and then I decided to drop a bag and max my Goblins. Little text from my mom, ignore. And yeah, so just getting straight into the game here. I do Hog first play, but I do not always like hogging first play, especially not in this political climate. I feel like it's just really dangerous. You know, it's very aggressive and forward. It's like a microaggression of sorts. So he does Golem in the back. So we're playing a beatdown deck. So I think our matchup is pretty good here, if I'm being quite honest. I'm going to cannon left side. Could have cannoned one tile to the right, I believe, but I didn't want to risk it just because I know like the Golem glitch, even though he did put it on the behind the King Tower. I know the new Golem glitch allows the Golem to bypass the cannon in certain cases if the Golem is placed in the corner, even though it walks in the exact same location. So yeah, whatever. Just gonna go for a counterattack. I do back up with Goblins, just so he's less likely to tornado, because if he didn't put the barrel in, he would have taken a ton of damage with just a tornado. He did have his Baron cycle though, so my plan was kind of thwarted there. I think I do get this later in the game where he didn't have his Baron cycle and I do get the damage. Yeah, so always be aware of their tornado if they have tornado in this beatdown deck, and keep track of whether it's in their cycle and whether they can afford it, because if they can, there's no point in hogging for 4 and then just getting it taken. So I am going to hog left lane here because that's the weak side. I know he's out of cycle on the tornado and whatnot, so I am going to go in. He actually did have it in cycle, but he couldn't afford everything, so the Goblins were an excellent push. Took the tower and also countered with the Earthquake. Yeah, because they use the Elixir Pump in his deck, we have the insane matchup with the Earthquake, so their cycle's completely thwarted and slowed down by that. So yeah, guys, whatever I said earlier about the matchup is like we probably have like an 80-20 in this case. So yeah, I'm gonna go in for the cannon here. Again, go with the safe placement. The Giant Skeleton is just so good on defense. It tanks for everything. It feels like it's like a trifecta defense between the Musketeer, the cannon, and the Giant Skeleton. So much DPS, so much health. Like they cannot get through to your cannon no matter what they do. And then the death bomb is just crazy. Look at this placement of skeletons, guys. Just bring everything onto that bomb. So Kaplow. Musketeer doing work. Giant skeleton tanking again. Another giant skeleton. Is that our third giant skeleton on defense? Yeah, he went in with like a 30 elixir push there, but we defended with our own like 20 elixir. So yeah, pretty easy matchup for us. And as you can see, I'm pretty low in medallions. And then I did skip some of the games so I could get up to a higher trophy range, a lot closer to the top 10,000. And otherwise, from this point on, you see we're at 1852 now. From this point on, I'm going to be a bit higher in medallions. And also, these videos are recorded back to back, even though there's cuts between them. I just cut it out to make the video a little shorter. But you're going to see the screen recording was saved to videos at the start of every single match here. So I'm not going to use my Goblins because you can just ability on them and then I don't have to play Giant Skelly anyway. So I'm just going to Giant Skelly right away. It's a pretty good counter to most melee units, except like really high damage ones, because it has pretty high damage and high health itself. So with the help of the tower, really tanky. So he does go EJ on us. Maybe should have predicted that. Unfortunately for him, we do take out the bird. So pretty easy counter on us. This push would have been a lot stronger, but we would have still defended had he not, had he made the Musketeer lock on the E-Giant. So here I am up Elixir though, and I do think I prediction Earthquake here. And we do not catch anything because he has Tornado, and I should have known that, guys, but clearly was not thinking about that. So the correct play there would have been to just back up with Goblins and save the Earthquake. So I'm just going to log on the right side here because I'm pretty sure I doubt if he goes in. If he does go in on the right, though, I am going to use my E-Spirit anyway to take out the Bomber and then defend that way, but he doesn't go in. So we get all of our Elixir back, and it feels like, again, just with these beatdown decks, they just can't break through. The defense in this deck is so good. Even though we don't have the Queen, the Musketeer just puts in such solid DPS, and you always can cycle multiple of them. So pretty good against air decks as well. So we do get a shot there. We're splitting the damage pretty evenly now, but we know he's going to go to the left lane. So it's always better to go opposite lane in these types of matchups if you're the Hog Rider against beatdown decks, just because their birds, their bombers, whatever they're putting in defense of your Hog turns into kind of a dead counter push because they're not going for that lane. So just a little tip, guys. Most of the time, you do want to just start attacking the opposite lane there. And see, that's what I did with the giant skeletons. I knew we were up elixir. I started going in with a big push on my own on the right, knowing I could defend cheaply on the left. He does get a good lightning off, but it's okay because our musketeer gets free value here, and we do cycle back to cannon. And yeah, just like that, we defend. We're back to Hog. It feels like we outcycle him. So even though if he has the good defensive counters, we can just keep spamming our Hogs until we win the game. Unfortunately, I do have to log here because the egg's out of range. Definitely a good value log. Just take it out for 2 elixir so you don't have to worry about it. I'm going to try to bait the ability here. He does use it. Kind of late. I thought he wasn't going to, but yeah, we'll get a good cannon down. And yeah, even the bomber. You could surround the bomber with the goblins, which is so ridiculous. Definitely an overcommit there by him. So he's low in elixir, so I'm just going to predict everything right here. And, ooh, okay, I do hit 1 goblin, so we do allow a hit. With the log, with the E-Spirit, a lot of damage coming down for us. And really just a matter of time. Of course, I'm going to stand aggressive. Yeah, ignore the screen time. Please don't rewind that. I do like to stay aggressive, even though I don't need to. It's always better to be aggressive with the Hog Rider because you never know what could happen. But really, the defense in this deck is so solid in this particular matchup that I feel like there's zero risk of us losing the game. Not the best cannon placement there, but it doesn't even matter because again, it's just the matchup is just so good. We defend with no issue. The goblins do so much damage for 2 elixir. Once again, he gets the egg on the bridge, and we have to use our electro spirit on defense here. So, oh, that is gonna be late on us. Okay, so we totally should not have gone with that musketeer. Should have read the situation a bit better. So now the game's a bit closer. Once again, guys, as long as I keep applying the pressure, it seems like he should not be able to break through. We do predict the goblins here. A major thing about playing cycle decks is remembering whether or not they have things cycle back. I did skip the end of that replay apparently, but we did win right there. We're at 881 or 1881. Yeah, I have a bad habit of just ending the recording prematurely for whatever reason, so that's on me, guys. But trust me, we won that game pretty easy. Go check Royale API. Next week, it's the miner deck. And just another reason why I love the goblins, because it's ridiculous. They stop the miner fully. If you place them early, they surround the whole tower. The miner takes 2 shots. They can't be zapped out. Just so many benefits. They can't even be logged unless they're in front of the tower either, because the log nerf. Finally, the screen recording comes in. I do log this back just to apply some pressure, because I know that is a pretty efficient interaction between the giant Skelly, and I do want to bait out some more elixir. And a really good thing about the bomb is it almost takes out these 4 elixir range units like Wizard and Musketeer and stuff in a way that we can just Earthquake them out. And since I felt that I was kind of, doing well on the elixir, I felt like I'll just commit to my 3 elixir Earthquake, make sure I take it out. It does get a really good snowball on us that deals damage, but it's okay, guys, because we're going to counterattack. He went in pretty deep with that push with the snowball. And there's absolutely nothing you can do for this Hog Rider in terms of his elixir. And yeah, so just like that, just again, like with the Musketeers, kind of good on offense too. I do think the Queen is definitely better in this deck, but like I said, it's level 13, and I have a fear of level 13 cards because it just, level 13 might even be better than a level 14 Musketeer, but it's just I can't do it because I have like a mental block. I'm under leveled. It's gonna be unfair, and then in specific instances when they fireball log my queen and it dies and I lose the game because of it, or if my queen doesn't one-shot something that it should one-shot, I'm gonna tilt and throw my phone and you guys won't have any more videos. So for that reason, I just use my max cards, because then even though if I lose, I'll just pretty much blame myself as opposed to my underlevel card, even though it might just be my deck is bad. But the cards are max, so according to Supercell, it's on me. So that is the placement you guys want to use for Balloon. And I was honestly about to freak out, guys. It's a scary placement, but trust me, as long as it's on the topmost tile, that position always pulls. unless the balloon somehow gets pushed. But yeah, really scary push on us. We do almost lose the game here. Oh no, we do lose the game. Okay, so we totally choked the game. Guys, this is just showing you if you want to pay attention. Oh no, we have the other tower here. What am I talking about? I'm not even paying attention. But yeah, so all of a sudden he gets like 2 balloons on us down. He comes back, but it's okay because I'm pretty sure we are super clutch with our pressure. The good thing is the Hog is always applies pressure, so whenever in a close scenario, I feel like it always wins. I do misplay the goblins there because I thought he was going for a tower. I kind of have a phobia of like a tower that's at like 500 health. So we do go in here again. I do think we get another shot. No, we don't. Okay, so really close game now. I'm like predicting pocket right now. Really worried about him putting in the pocket his balloon, but we do Electro Spirit log just to make sure that we deny the rest of the damage. Mine gets another shot. We're at 400, almost like death bomb range for the balloon, so I'm always ready with my cannon. I'm just waiting to switch to cannon if he goes balloon pocket right now. There it is, balloon pocket. I do up cannon placement when I could have gone left. Pull the king tower, that would have also worked. But yeah, the balloon does make it to the tower, and we're so close. We're at 5 health, but we go in with one more hog. We throw a log down. We're praying for a hit right here, and we do get a hit right before the snowball comes off. So yeah, very intense game. We definitely almost choked, but yeah, guys, just make sure you focus in on the end of your game so you don't throw like I do. You might see this as a reoccurring pattern in some of the videos. Is I tend to throw a lot. We do Hog right here just to absorb the 1 hit for the small delay and a small health nerf. Do Earthquake, get the damage. Whenever they, you know, place a 4 elixir card and then you Hog and Earthquake, you go down 3 elixir, but then he has to respond to Knight, so the elixir's kind of even. They are kind of up on Knight, but it just feels like you can defend always, so it's kind of a free Earthquake in my book. You do get a good defense down, some good RNG on my E-Spirit, as well as the cannon and the goblins helping out there. But Ice Spirit does connect, so it's a pretty close game. In this situation, guys, I do again recommend going opposite lane. I don't think I switch lanes in this case, even though I probably should. But it's definitely better to go opposite lane just because no matter what they put down, it becomes dead units. And right there, I do allow a shot because my cycle is super awkward. Didn't want to put down a cannon for 3 elixir to defend or anything like that. I am going to go up elixir though, and I am going to Hog with this push, I do believe, or at least I would retrospectively. Oh, I remember I was thinking about this, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to let this die, because I feel like he has to keep placing units, and now I'm up a lot of elixir. He probably has like 4 or 5 elixir in his hand right now. So I do get a free Earthquake down, and then I get a log down as well. So right here, guys, he goes down to 0 elixir with this poison. At this time, I'm thinking, okay, I'm just going to get the giant skeleton down, take some damage, and then have a giant push, because I'm pretty much up like 6 elixir because of the giant Skelly. And definitely want to go in all the way in this push to capitalize, because he has enough to defend it now, but not with the Hog Rider. And there's definitely like 12 more seconds until double elixir, so should get a lot of damage here. And he does throw the Barbarian way too high, so it goes on to the giant Skelly instead of the Hog Rider. So the Hog gets like 4 shots in, and now the tower is in spell cycle range. So just like that, we're back. And I know he's not going to support this push because he knows we have enough to defend. So he's going to reset back at the back. And we are just going to Earthquake cycle him and then get the Electro Spirit damage that we try to get. We do predict skeletons, I guess. And then we're just going to cannon down low. And then we see that, and I was like, oh, shoot, he has Mortar. So then I just put my giant skeleton down to make sure we can infinitely defend. I'm going to Earthquake. Really good defense to the Graveyard, guys, is an Earthquake. Earthquake plus, like, anything else really just takes out anything. So my E-Spirit comes down late, so his Mortar does connect for 1 shot, but we do kill it there, or we do retarget it to our Musketeer. And we are going to try to protect this. Musketeer doesn't work, but he goes for another Mortar. We Earthquake. He goes in. We're low on elixir because of the Earthquake, but we managed to defend with 1 and 2 elixir cards. And again, like, goblins don't immediately die to poison, so if you get them down early enough, really easy defense. We do go in with the Hog because his Mortar comes down late, and we do take it out with the prediction Earthquake. And I believe we get the shot here, and that's going to be game for this one. And I think that puts us in 1900 So, and I do believe the top 10,000 leaderboard is somewhere in the 1900s. So I'm getting close. So I'm getting a little bit more focused here. Playing some guy named Valentin 2 and Team Chile, probably Valentino. And then yeah, I'm gonna go in Hog there on the left, just so it's hard to tornado. So now I'm thinking, see Royal Ghost. I don't know my decks too well. Ever since I re-downloaded, I feel like I'm lost. Royal Ghost and what is this deck? So I'm like freaking out because I'm like, is this like log bait with a Royal Ghost and a snowball, or like what else does this guy have? No clue. But yeah, just gonna put the giant skeleton in the right lane, see what's up. Kind of trying to figure out what his deck is. A little bit hesitant to go in. I'm going to go in with that 5 elixir card though, just because the Hog's going to fully bypass and miss. And I don't think it's even going to target the Hog. No, it does target. What a range. Holy cow. Our bomb does keep it in range though for a second, so it dies. So now that he has like a defensive cannon down, I'm going to put goblins here just because I'm trying to stall out everything. So good defense here. Just I don't know, this combo of goblins, musketeer, defense, pretty much everything for little to no damage. So he's running some strange deck on us with Cannon Cart. Cannon Cart, in my opinion, is like a pretty A-tier card. If the game was balanced, I think Cannon Cart would be used way more. It's a super good card for 5 elixir, just so tanky with the range. It's just like a knight for 5 elixir pretty much, but with range capabilities, which is just OP. And it turns into a defensive unit, so I feel like so good on defense, so good on offense against buildings. Really just a threat always. But we do get the ability out of him there. The high cannon placement's really good against Golden Knights. He does snowball to make sure we don't take damage. So now we just have to stop this little big boy, fat boy. He reminds me, if you guys ever seen Peter Pan, but when you guys were kids, the old Peter Pan movie had like like a completely matching character, I'd say. It's like a perfect copy of him. One of the Lost Boys and Peter Pan and Neverland. Yeah, so there he freaks out. He puts down like 8 elixir. And we have, I'm just like, you know what? We have so much elixir, why not? Let's just take it out. We'll slow it down. The death bomb's gonna take care of the Royal Ghost. Unfortunately, it didn't, so I did have to retarget quickly. He thinks we are broke, and he counterattacks left lane, but we are not. And then, so this push does look scary, so I'm thinking, how's he going to defend this right side over here? But whatever, I'm just going to focus on not losing a tower on the left immediately. He doesn't defend, though, right side at all, and he chooses to throw the game away just like that, because he misread our elixir, thought he could really take advantage of the push, but like I said, guys, Musketeer Golems just does so much damage that even once they get through it all, it's just their cards are going to die because you're just DPSing everything down so quickly. So 1941, we're going to hop into our last game here. I do cut the video off because right before I reached 2,000, just because it was incredibly long, and I am looking usually for 4 to 5 games in a video, especially when they're like 5-minute games. That adds up to being like 25 minutes. I do like to keep the videos between 15 and 20 minutes long, just to make them not too long to watch. Unfortunately, we don't have the best card cycle to deal with that push of Skelly Barrel, so our Musketeer kind of dies. And looks like we're playing a Skeleton Barrel like log bait deck here, so it shouldn't be too big of an issue because we do have log, of course, and Electro Spirit is really helpful with those Skelly Barrels. It's really important to save your log on the Skelly Barrel. Either use Musketeer if needed, or Cannon for an equal trade, or Electro Spear for a +2 trade, but that usually results in one skeleton hitting your tower, and I believe it's like 108 damage, which is ridiculous. So I do take a lot of damage there, and now I'm thinking, okay, I'm up elixir, so I gotta make use of it, so I'm gonna just predict here. I do get a really nice prediction on the skeletons, and he also is just slow with the bomb tower, so he kind of just throws half a tower away, and I do give him the good game there, thinking, yeah, I can just probably spell cycle him and take no damage. Always important to also count Princess. I'm not sure why he went that lane on the Princess, so I was really happy about that, because now I'm pushing into his lane, and his shot was on my healthy tower, not my weak side. So But always important to count the princesses and see if they're going to go in at the bridge at 10. Depends on the playstyle, but I do think it is the correct thing to do if you know your opponent is not going to predict your princess. So I'm always on edge predicting those princesses because most players do tend to just princess at the bridge. Some free damage for 3 elixir. And there it is again, guys. We do go in at the same time. I'm going to just log it out because he was pretty low on elixir there. So that princess was not correct. So I do choose to save the elixir by counting the princess for 2 and then throwing the rest of my elixir on the opposite hand lane to win. He really just had an awkward cycle between the Skelly barrel and the log barrel to defend. He couldn't really defend anything. He could have put a dark ob down, but he probably just felt so awkward doing it. And the hog would still get like 3 shots. He was just like, it's not even worth it. Yeah, so the video does end there, guys. Again, I cut it off too early because it was too easy. But yeah, like and subscribe if you saw the video. I will be bringing more post commentary videos and also more live commentary videos next season. And yeah, if you have any special requests, just leave them down below. And obviously, since it's a new channel, I will literally probably get you whatever matchup or whatever deck you want me to play in like the next 2 business days. All right, that's it for now. I'll see you guys later.